Hey guys, welcome. I'm excited to see the Jungle Cruise movie tonight. We've waited on this one for a while. I believe it was supposed to come out in 2020, and of course because of the blip it was delayed. But it stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Emily Blunt. It should be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to it. I'm hoping we get several things from this movie. I hope we get some references to the SEA, the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, and a lot of the rides in Magic Kingdom have ties to the SEA. I'm also hoping we get Niles and Niles and Niles of skipper jokes. And if you don't believe that, well then, you might be in, well, I don't know where you are, but I'm in Texas. So come on, let's go check it out. Just finished the movie, and wow, I must say, I'm really impressed. We'll give it some more thought, let you know a little more about my impressions when I get home. But this is really more movie than I expected. It's better than I expected, y'all. So we'll talk in a few minutes. Hey everybody, I just finished watching the Jungle Cruise movie. It was released today, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about what I thought about it, my impressions. I was really looking forward to this movie. It was originally set to open 10/11 of 2020, and of course the blip happened. We didn't get to, you didn't get to have that opening, and so it was just released into theaters and on Disney Plus, I believe. You can order it on Disney Plus for a premium. I think it's like $29.99, and you can get it and watch it in the comfort of your living room if you want to. I chose to go to the movie theater because I love the movie theater and the popcorn and the whole experience. So I wanted to see this movie in the movie theater because of the type movie that it is, not just because I enjoy the movie theater experience, but it is Jungle Cruise. And in an interview that I saw with Dwayne Johnson, he said that it is a big movie, that everything is large and bigger than life, and so I wanted to see that on the big screen. Of course, this movie is modeled after Jungle Cruise, Walt Disney's Jungle Cruise attraction that is in Disneyland and also in Disney World. It is a fan favorite. It is an original ride in Magic Kingdom, and we love it. Of course, it's famous for its Jungle Cruise skippers and all of their silly puns and their dad jokes that we love so much and that we go on the ride and listen to over and over again because they're great. And they're familiar to us, and they're very nostalgic. So I was hoping to get those. Was hoping to get, as I said in my opening, a little bit maybe reference to the SEA. This is the Society for Adventures, or for Explorers and Adventurers. There goes my nose itching, sorry. The Society for Explorers and Adventurers, that is a part of a lot of backstories for several Magic Kingdom rides. If you're not familiar with the Society for Explorers and Adventurers, you can look that one up. It's really interesting. Dr. Albert Falls, who supposedly founded the Jungle Navigation Company that is the Jungle Cruise in the parks, supposedly was a member of the SEA. Anyway, this movie has a runtime of 2 hours and 7 minutes. It stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Frank and Emily Blunt as Lily. Of course, we know Lily from Mary Poppins, where she did as good a job, I think, as could be expected with that remake. Of course, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was in Moana and was Maui, who was, you know, just a really lovable character in Moana. That's his last Disney credit. Loved him in that. Jack Whitehall plays Emily's brother, McGregor. Jesse Plemons plays the villain, Prince Joaquin. Paul Giamatti, who I was just really thrilled to see him on the screen. Paul Giamatti plays Nilo, who is the riverboat owner. Is kind of a bit of a secondary villain, because he is he is kind of a competitor to Frank in the Jungle Cruise, leading tourists on jungle cruises. Veronica Falcon plays Trader Sam and does a really good job with it. There was a promo for Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary, which is coming up October the 1st, and I thought that was pretty cool. It was just, you know, you want to be there type ad. I thought that was a lot of fun. Filming location that I noticed for this that kind of jumped out at me after our trip to Hawaii this past February is Kauai, Hawaii. And that makes a lot of sense to me, because this movie is just beautiful. The cinematography is beautiful. It's a pretty movie. It's really enjoyable. Even if you went to watch it just for the scenery, I think you'd really enjoy it. And that it was filmed on location on the island of Kauai did not surprise me in the least, because Hawaii is breathtakingly gorgeous. Of course, getting back to the ride in Disneyland and Disney World, when Walt originally had the idea for a Jungle Cruise ride, it was modeled after the movie African Queen, starring Humphrey Bogart and Katharine Hepburn. And I think that movie came out in 1951, maybe, so it was fairly new when Disneyland was conceived and built. And if you've ever seen the African Queen, you can see the parallels there. I love the Jungle Cruise. I think we all love the Jungle Cruise. It's a lot of fun. It's nostalgic, and my granddaughter Kylie has loved it every time we've ridden it. And of course, the jokes are fresh and new to her. So it's good to know the dad jokes still work with the next generation. I'm not going to get into a whole lot of spoilers here, because I want you to watch the movie and be able to enjoy it. I will say this movie gave me more than what I expected, and by that I mean the action scenes are phenomenal. They put me in mind, gave me a little bit of an Indiana Jones feel, which is really amazing to me. I absolutely love that. I love the plot of it. There were several plot twists and turns that you don't necessarily expect, that are a lot of fun, and kind of go, take the movie in a direction that you're not really expecting at the beginning. I will say, Jesse Plemons, who played Prince Joaquin, is an amazing villain. He is really a good villain. And so I was really impressed with him. Again, Paul Giamatti is always so funny and so good in everything that he's in. I really enjoyed him as a bit of a secondary. He was at the outset, he was a bit of a secondary villain, but just a lot of fun. I love him in everything I've seen him in, pretty much. Veronica Falcon as Trader Sam was interesting. I thought it was interesting that they made Trader Sam a woman. Trader Sam is typically has been a man, represented by a man in Disneyland and Disney World's version of the Jungle Cruise. So it's interesting that they chose to make her a woman. I thought she did a good job with I wasn't overly impressed with her, but I thought she did an adequate job with the role. And I was fine with a woman as Trader Sam. I was fine with a woman in that role. Sometimes I'm not. but I was okay there. So the action scenes are fantastic. The scenery is fantastic. The story, guys, is fun, and it it catches us in all the feels, and yes, we get a lot of the nostalgia that we're hoping for from the ride, and what we know of the ride, the skippers, our beloved Jungle Cruise skippers. So we do get that in this movie. It was a lot of fun. It was more than I expected. It really was. I expected to like this movie. I liked it a lot more than I expected to. It gave me more than what I was expecting, and that's always a lot of fun when you're going to the movies. Bravo, Emily Blunt. Bravo, Dwayne Johnson. You guys killed it. Dwayne Johnson is very good at humor. We've seen him, in a lot of humorous and lighthearted movies, and he really does a good job with this one. Dwayne Johnson has a really nice voice, and so it was interesting to see him on screen again, because the last time we saw him in a Disney movie was he played Maui in Moana, and he was the voice. So his voice is the last thing we actually heard in a movie, and so it's nice to see him again and hear that strong voice. He really kills it in this, and so does Emily Blunt, by the way. They play off each other very well. They have a lot of on-screen chemistry. They do a good job. Jack Whitehall, who plays Emily's brother McGregor, also does a really nice job in the movie. It's very well cast. I thought the casting was excellent. Overall, I love this movie. I actually enjoyed this movie more than I enjoyed Black Widow. It's hard to compare the two because I know one is Marvel and the other is, they're totally different movies. But as far as just really enjoying the movie and having fun with it, I loved it. I love this, guys. I think you'll like it, especially if you're a Disney fan. You're just gonna love this. It gives us everything we're looking for. It really does. It fills the bill, and I think Disney knew that they had to do that, because we have pretty high expectations for a movie named The Jungle Cruise because we love the ride so much. Again, I felt like it's a home run. It's a home run. I totally loved it. Let me know in the comments if you've seen it, what you think of it. Please let me know what you think of it. I want to know what your impressions were, what parts you like the most. I've tried to do this with no spoilers. I may actually do another video with spoilers because I would love to talk about specifics. So I really enjoyed it, guys. I think you'll enjoy it too. Go see this movie. It absolutely begs for a sequel or a series. How about a series on Disney Plus? Wouldn't that be cool? That would be ridiculous, ridiculously awesome. And there are a lot of things that I like to say that I can't say without spoilers. So I'm going to close here and just say that I love this movie. Again, it gave me more than I expected. It was a bigger movie than I was expecting. The action scenes were solid. The action scenes were so solid, and I think you'll really enjoy it. We really appreciate you watching, guys. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. We have a lot of other content. Go through that. We have other movie reviews on our channel. We have Disney content, lots of live streams from the parks, and recipes, Funkos, Pops, Funko Pops, Lego, a little bit of everything. So check out our content and consider subscribing. We would really appreciate it. There's always room for one more, so hurry back.